I'm going to call it a hyperlink drama, because it's all interconnected. There are so many of those now that it's sort of, it's a lot of the time I find them sort of easy to predict. And while I did a little bit with this one too, I knew where it was going. I felt that the acting was more grounded and more real, and not so melodramatic. And this is even with little things like the music and the sound design, it was at the appropriate level, I felt. So I could relate to it a lot easier than some of the Hollywood versions, say like Crash, or things like that, that are really they're always trying to make you cry. They're trying to move you, they feel more manipulative, and this didn't. It allowed us to just sort of meet the characters and make our own minds up as we went along.
And can you reflect on the acting more?
I thought the acting was great, actually, and well, when I talk about the story, I felt like the acting actually papered over some of the cracks or some of the problems I had with the narrative. So I was sort of always gripped by it, particularly, and I did tell you I was going to mispronounce the names. The main actress who plays, was it Eek?
Eek, yeah.
Eek is, yeah, she was riveting. And even when she wasn't speaking, sort of every close-up. And I noticed she had the majority of the close-ups. So clearly the camera loves her, and yeah, she's a sort of fascinating person just sort of watch on screen and sort of think through all the drama that she's involved in. And certainly with her grandfather, you don't get that until the end. There are a lot of questions. I almost wanted that to be explored a bit more, actually, but where the scripts didn't sort of adequately explore it for me, she sort of filled those gaps in, because her face sort of gave so much that you were able to do that quite easily. And then the actor who played her father, that was a smaller part, I think their scenes together were the ones that I'll take away from the movie as a whole, the ones I'll really remember that had a big impact on me.
You mentioned you would have liked to see the film in another festival.
Yes, I think somewhere like the London Film Festival, not least because it takes place in October, so seasonally it would have felt certainly more appropriate. But I just feel, in terms of what I've seen there over the years, that it would be the sort of film that would be embraced there. They've had a lot of Scandi cinema in the past, and they had big premieres for a lot of Suzanne Beer's work, which I feel is very melodramatic. I feel this is actually better than some of those. Certainly, like her last one, A Second Chance, and that played really, really well. So I feel like this film could have a similar response, and would certainly, I think, be a bit more deserving as well.
Thank you very much.
Oh, pleasure.